ladies and gentlemen. Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy here at Beckley's Camping Center in 𝚑𝚅𝚒𝚜, Maryland, showing you the all-new. This is the Clipper 12.0 TD XL by Coachmen. For more information on this camper, or any other RVs for that matter, be sure when you call, email, or stop by Beckley's Camping Center, you do ask for Paul, the Air Force guy. If this is the first time you're checking out my channel, do appreciate you stopping by. Consider subscribing, and there's a little bell next to it if you'd like to be notified when I am putting new videos up. But let's get on to this camper. Now, for those of you that have kayaks, so forth, this is a great little rack system they have on here. Now that's 7 feet across, and it's 50 inches deep for you to be able to tie down your kayaks. Now keep in mind that when you're tying them down, right now that rear roof is up. So I know some of you are probably thinking, oh my goodness, that's not very long. But keep in mind your kayaks will be going back behind there. So it has plenty of room for you to tie your kayaks and other things on the roof there down. Now on the front here, you're going to have one propane bottle, and then you're going to have a battery put back here. Now because you have enough room back there, if you wanted to, you could actually put 2 batteries that would allow you to extend your boondock capabilities. On top of that, right here on the side, it's already set up for you to have plugging in solar panels to help recharge your batteries while you're boondocking. Now, for those of you who don't understand what boondocking is, that is when you're out in the middle of nowhere. You're not going to be plugged into any power source, having any water source and everything. So that is what boondocking is. Now on this side, this is on your off-door side, or what you'd consider your driver's side of the camper. You have access to the full pass-through storage. First item here, this is where you'd be able to connect to cable in the event that you were at a campground, or you can actually put an HD antenna on there if you wanted to be able to watch local television. As we're moving back here, this is going to be an outside shower because, as you can see, there is a water heater on here, 6-gallon water heater. So you can actually take a shower on the outside. You'll have cold and hot water. Now, in the event of your boondocking, obviously you're going to have to be limited. But right here, this is where you hook up to a hose in the event you're at a campground. And this is where you'll actually be able to fill your freshwater tank for when you're going boondocking, or if you're not going to have a water source. Now right behind there you can see the electrical cord coming out of the side. That's a 25-foot length cord, so you're able to plug in. Right above that is going to be the vent for the refrigerator, and that's going to give you access to it for any maintenance items as well. Now in all 4 corners you're going to have these stabilizers. Nice thing with the stabilizers, they're not levelers, they're stabilizers, but that allows you to put them down. They're not electric, but you can use yourself, if you wanted to, an electric screw gun, battery operated screw gun. Keep in mind, once they touch, like 3 and 4 turns to put the weight on them. So that'll keep it from shaking and so forth, keep you a little bit more secure while you are camping. So this is the front storage area. So that goes all the way across. Right now this has the added screen room that would go on the back. That's actually stored there right now, but that is quite a large storage area for you. Now this is going to come equipped with a grill, an outside grill. So you got the LP connection right here, and you can actually attach the grill here. I don't necessarily recommend that you attach it to the side. I'm not a fan of having, you know, the lid getting hot and then you're opening it up and it's getting close to the side. You could end up damaging your camper. So I'd recommend that you just put it on a table and have it opening sideways, and I think you'd be much happier anyway. That way you can pull it back closer to the back or move it wherever you'd like. Now you're able to get up to 2 10-foot sections of LP hose, so that would give you up to 20 feet of where you could locate your grill. Now I think you're going to like the lighting system that they're doing on here. It's a blue light, as you can see right here. And the benefit of the blue light is the fact that it's not going to be attracting the bugs like the white lights. So I think you're going to have one there, and then you're going to have more on the back side as well. Now I showed you the front storage, which went all the way across. Then you're going to have some storage back here, which is underneath of the sofa, or your gaucho, as some would call it. And as you can see, you can have access to this area from the inside as well. But that makes it nice that you're able to grab stuff when you're outside. You don't have to run in to grab it. Now I know that there was a lot of talk when they had the 9.0, and they have since changed it to looking like this as well, but about the fabric. Notice how the fabric now is attached so that when you're closing this, you're not having, in the event you're closing it when it's raining, you're not having any of that water going on the inside. So that was an added benefit for you. The other thing they're doing is for you to put this screen room on back here is they've got the zipper already attached at the roof. So what you would want to do is before you raise the roof, go ahead and zip that on there, get it connected with the poles and everything, and then raise the roof. It'll make your job a lot easier putting that thing up. So as you can see on the back here, you can have two blue lights, one on either side, right over top of your outside stereo speakers. That way there. Now it's a Bluetooth stereo, so you're able to go ahead and control the volume while you're on the outside. You don't have to go in, go in and out and so forth. And then you also have a 110 outlet here. Benefit of having the 110 outlet there for you is the fact that you're able to hook up something outside here and not have to run an extension cord and so forth. Now for those of you who have the four-legged friends, you have this little hook here, so you go ahead and connect them to that, keep them from running off. Just remember to disconnect them and bring them in your vehicle before you take off. Now continuing down the off-door side, as you would call it on typical trailer, but on the driver's side, you can see you have the antenna. That is for your stereo. You can get a better idea of what the vents look like for your refrigerator, so you're able to access them. This is the drain for your sink, so you're not going to have a gray tank. And then this is your furnace exhaust. So now you're actually able to be able to warm up in there. And notice how your air conditioner is covered, so as you're going down the road and it's raining, you're not having that water getting into your camper. Now I think for those of you that saw the 9.0, you're going to like the fact that for the 12.0 TDXL, you're going to have a one-piece door just like in a pop-up. And the cool thing about it is where it stores when you're not using it. Well, actually when you're putting it away, you can see it stores right there up against the wall. It's out of the way and makes it easy for you. Now you're going to find this to be much easier to put in than the ones in a pop-up as well. And the reasoning for that is all you're going to be doing, it's just going to Velcro, as you can see, and snap in place at the top, and then it just sits, and you have 4 locks on either side of the door. So that's what it looks like when it's in place. So all you do is you set it in place. Don't worry about the Velcro at first, and you just put in each of these four locks here. Make sure you lock them down. So you put those, then you just open the door here, and out here, this is where you'll take care of snapping in place and putting the Velcro. And let me just show you what it looks like now. So now it's a much more secure camper than the 9.0. What are you thinking of the door? You liking it? Or are you okay with the one on the 9.0? Now, you have 2 steps getting in here, a nice little handle to help you get in so you're not falling over. And let's take a look on the inside. So now when you open up your privacy shades, I guess if you want to call them that, and if you don't zip it all the way down, you just roll it up and it'll tuck quite nicely inside of the little area there. Now you're going to notice on each one of this they have this little handle or a little thing, and this is so that you can, I guess if you want to hang something on that, be careful, nothing heavy. They're going to have one on each one of them. Now for your door also, you do have the screen, so the top part that pulls down, allowing you to have ventilation from there. So you have ventilation on the door, you have it on the back next to it, and then on either side, these will open up for ventilation. And then two more places. You're going to have a window on either end of the bed for ventilation. That way there, if you were camping without being plugged in, you don't have to worry about it being not having any airflow inside of your camper. Now this is your little sofa, and as you can see, it has legs, and you have that extra little cushion, so you're able to pull this out. So when you pull that bed out, that bed is 6 feet in length by 34 inches wide. And as you can see, when you put it away, it makes a nice little sofa. Now there is a table for this, and I like the way that they've done this. They've tucked it away quite nicely right in here. So it's a nice little folding table. Now that folding table, you don't necessarily need to use it for the sofa. If you want to take it outside and use it out there, you're allowed to do that as well. So now let's talk about the features that are inside of the camper right here. So what you have is, the first thing you're going to have is you're going to have this nice little window AC unit, help cool down in here. Now right above that, you're going to have your Bluetooth. It's an AM/FM Bluetooth stereo. And then remember, that had the outside stereo speakers. Now I showed you outside where your stereo speakers were for the stereo, but on the inside, they're up closer to the bed there, as you can see. Next, what you're going to have is you do have a furnace. Now the furnace is down here, and that's exactly where it's going to be blowing from. However, the control for the furnace, which I like they did, it's actually up over the countertop. That way there it won't be clicking on and off if it was directly across from it, like in some of the others. Next, you're going to have a refrigerator. Now this is your typical RV style or pop-up style refrigerator. So it's a three-way refrigerator. And by the way, I will put a link below on how to operate this, because you can operate it battery, propane, and or on 110 power, giving you multiple options to work for whatever the occasion or however you're utilizing it. Next, you also have your 2-burner cooktop right on top here. And then remember, we were talking about on the outside, you also have your outside grill. So a couple different ways to utilize it. I know a lot of people don't utilize cooking on the inside, especially when it's hot out. They'll decide against that. Then of course you have your sink, and remember the drain on the outside. Now the cool thing with that drain, let me talk to you about that. Now with this style drain, you could do a couple of things. You could just go ahead and hook a piece of hose on this and drop, just short piece of hose, put a 5-gallon bucket down below, or even run it away from your site, or put it into the gray water connection at your campsite, depending on how you're utilizing it. But it makes it very easy for you. Nothing complicated about it. You could even get one of the Blue Boy totes and putting it in the event that you need to go dump it at a campground. Then you can actually take that and not the camper. As you can see, the lights that are down here on the floor, well, for the floor I should say, they are blue lights. Benefit for you there is while you're camping, nice little LED lights. They don't use a lot of power, and they're not going to be attracting the bugs like these bright LED white lights that I have on up top here or back there by the bed. Right here, this is going to be for your breakers and fuses. Very easy for you to access them, and they're, as you can see, they're actually labeled pretty well too. So right here you're going to have, this is going to be your carbon monoxide LP leak detector. This will be for your water pump, and then of course your water heater connection. Now that's just an LP water heater, so it's just it needs 12-volt power, and it'll run on propane. Very, very simple. Now, as far as power sources inside your camper, meaning being able to plug in, what you're going to have is you have a 110 outlet here, That's GFI protected. You're going to have, this is your GFI outlet, so that's going to take care of all the outlets inside and out. It's another 110. And then back by the bed, what you have is you have the 110 outlet to the left, and then you have a charger station, which is going to be 12 volt, or you have the USB. So those are all of the charging, or all the electrical outlets, charging ports that you have throughout the camper. Now, to give you an idea of your storage, this is on the right side of the bed. You can see above the bed itself, and then to the left. Now, down below this area here, you're just going to have, as you can see, storage just like there. But that gives you a little shelf, so that way there, if you have, you know, phone or whatever you need to put it there, you have something to place it there and have it charged. And of course, you have those nice little lights there, as you can see. Now, I mentioned how this is a window that you can actually utilize for air ventilation. Let me show you how that works. So all you would do is just unlatch it and then push it out like that, and then when you're done, you're just putting it back and locking it. So you can actually use that, even though that's an emergency exit, you can actually utilize it for ventilation. Now, it does have, you can see the Velcro going across the top. You do have a cover that goes over that window as well as the other one to allow blackout shades, so that way there you're not having the light in here while you're trying to sleep. Now, on this side, it is an actual sliding window, make it a little bit different, but whether you're not having it going out to the outside, but again, the shade that would go over it. Now, the mattress itself is 57 inches wide by 74 inches in length. However, you have this additional 6 inches that goes over top of this part here. So if, you know, if your feet were down there, or even if you wanted to put your pillow at that end, you're going to have an 80-inch mattress in length. Or I shouldn't say mattress, but you'd have 80 inches of length there. So that is the length of an actual queen bed. Now, stored down underneath the bed right here, this is where the porta potty actually stores. Nice thing with the porta potty, makes it very easily, and if you're setting up the room outside, you can actually just probably utilize that in the evening if need be, because it actually, you can make it a room by itself. You have some privacy, and then that makes it easy for you to go ahead and take this to a dump station, clean it out to bring it back. But this should last you easily a good weekend, depending on how many of you are using it. Take a look at all that storage up underneath your counter here. Good storage there, isn't it? Good sized drawer here. You're going to have a little storage drawer underneath the air conditioner, and then a little storage next to it as well. So that would be the storage for the inside. Now, I mentioned the cable connection on the outside. Of course, you have the 110 plug right here, and then your cable connection is right there. Now, if you decided you wanted to put this TV on the wall, has a TV backer. Be sure that you hit the TV backer and do not use screws that are too long. Remember, this wall is not very thick. Now, while you're cooking and so forth, you have this little handle here that you can fold down, and you can hang some things on it. This is not a chin-up bar. This is not a handle that's meant to help you get out of bed. So this handle just comes down and it stores out of the way. Yeah, I mean, you can hang some shirts on it, hang whatever on it. Just don't hang real heavy things on it, and don't, as I say, don't use it as a chin-up bar or trying to help you get out of bed. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, brand new Coachmen Clipper. This is the 12.0 TDXL. For more information, again, on this particular camper or any others, be sure if you call, email, or stop by Beckley's Camping Center, you do ask for Paul the Air Force guy. I will have the specifications for this as well as pricing down below my video. And like I say, comment below, let me know what you're thinking about this, you're liking the changes, and if you need to reach out to me, contact information is below. Appreciate you watching, and I'll be back at you again soon. Take care.